Okay, last time, I did some cringe shit where I got Kyoko killed. That is cringe. And I am bothered by that. If I'm gonna be honest, picking Pursue the Lie is just mega cringe. I feel like when I pick Pursue the Lie, I just don't get the game. Like, I just miss the point. So it's cringe. But hey, at least we got to see that weirdo picture with Hina. Hee hee. More content. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Yeah. That's a rocket and a tank. I guess there's no point really seeing. I'll just go up, I guess. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No, but no matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Yikes, that's gross. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Well, you know what they say, beggars can't be choosers, hey? Get to eating, Makoto. But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive! And I have to see Kyoko again! I have to! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up! After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was... go to sleep. Nice. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day have had to have passed. I mean, I guess no, a full day without any water would be pretty shitty. What I mean, a full day without food as well. I guess both would be shitty, but I mean, it's not like you're fucking... And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage... the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Why do I keep pressing Y? I know what I can look at. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Well, I mean, it does look like where the trash goes, so... I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. How the fuck?
It smells...
Let's go! Kyoko! Yo, what's up, Kyoko? Hey, yo, sorry about that misunderstanding about Pursue the Lie. I'm sorry about that. Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. Okay, Kyoko. What are you doing here? Use that magic key you have.
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. You got some shit on your head there. You might want to clean that up. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Oh, wow, coming in clutch. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Poggers? Food, water. Thank you. Wow. Kyoko's a real one, god damn. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. Hey, I called the line. Of course not. Damn. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
you.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Yeah. Yeah. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
Listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but I'm just straight more important than you. That's what she should say. There was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. I mean, basically saying I'm just more important. Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. Poggers, we finally get the full information out of Kyoko. Maybe. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then, is it really true you've lost your memory?
Makoto.
You remember, Makoto. You remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school. Yeah, we got fucked up. The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. Honka? But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Man, you are just fucking... Your ultimate is apparently insane, hey? What a badass Kyoko is. The mastermind's scared of you. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean... Somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? Yo, Makoto, what kind of question is this? Haha, yeah, just ask the rest of us to help you, by the way. God, what a stupid ass question this is. Kyoko should actually just punch Makoto right in the nose for asking this.
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked together as one, assuming we could even do that, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. Bro. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. Since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because, dude, you're a simp and easy to take advantage of, that's why. Say it, Kyoko, just say it. Because among everyone, you are least likely to be the mastermind. You're just too stupid. You're just way too stupid, Makoto. That was just intuition, but... Among Us? Yo, anyone down for some Among Us? I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand
Hey.
everything.
This is the dream I had. Or like when Makoto was fucked up in bed. This is one of the things I dreamt.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
I still don't understand why the goal is to stay here. What is that? I don't understand. What does that even mean? Why the fuck would you ever want to stay here? Ugh. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? Why you trust me? I've broken your trust. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least... Monka? Stay here, true. I don't know why. I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability.
I...
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. Oh man! Obvious! I mean, I don't know why I'm so hyped up, honestly. But it was very obvious. But yeah, I got it. That's the one thing I got in this game. Like, absolutely got. I'm the ultimate detective. I knew it! Literally from like... Anyway, whatever. It was obvious, but I'm still gonna brag about it. From like... After the... I want to say the first or second... It was definitely after the second crime. Or the second murder. That I knew she must have been like some kind of detective. Just with the way she handles everything with the crime scene and shit. Like, obviously. You know? And she handles bodies like nothing. I'm the ultimate detective. Called it. The ultimate detective?
correct.
The reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy? There was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? What? Because he's my father. What?
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak headmaster? And that explains. An alter ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. True, Kyoko's face. That was the first time I saw her make that face, I think. Like, an actual expression on her face.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. True, actually. That is... You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Oh, this is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. Maps showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Oh, that's kind of poggers, eh? So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. Oh, gas. What do you mean?
so
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. Really ominous.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras or monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusabo was to get me killed. Yeah, and to be honest, when it first happened, I did get you killed, Sag. Yikes! Fuck! Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. True, you're actually fucking things up for them. It's kind of poggers. I like how Monokuma, I feel like what the fuck? Why can't I remember his name? I always forget if there's an A or an O at the end of these names. Whatever. Anyway, she's pissing him off, but like on the surface, he seems calm and collected sometimes. Sometimes he shows his anger, but like, I feel like he's getting pissed. Definitely getting pissed. He's thinking like, fuck Kyoko, dude. Fuck her. Let's just get fucking rid of her.
Correct.
Hey, that's a good fanfic, dude. I hope it's going well. Appreciate you telling me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
Mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. What? Oh, true. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Yeah. During the night?
I
can hear them, you know. What? What the fuck is this dialogue box? The footsteps of the god of death. That is fucking nuts. What are you, a god? What? What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That is so... What? That is so fucking nuts. That's nuts. I almost want to call you a crazy person. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. God. It's all fucking, it's like, it's just all fucked up. It's like the game isn't going how the mastermind wants it to go, so they're trying desperately to try to rig it or get it back on track, and it's all within, or all while trying to stay within the regulations, like the school regulations. Like they're trying so hard to fucking manipulate how the game is going, and they can't do it because of Kyoko. Hee. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
Right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
I like that smile. It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. True! The mastermind is desperate! It's kinda pog, huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Murako was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. Talk
That's
about
right.
what happened a year ago. Yeah, that. The tragedy. Whoever was responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then
Indeed.
there, make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh. The other ultimate despair, hey? Dream Island Rocket. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. Most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Well, I mean, in a way, I guess, but we actually don't know who the mastermind actually is. It's just a group of people, is what we're saying. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Damn, we're jamming out. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Onakuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Log. And we should be able to use it on that door, right? Let's talk to her one more time. Okay, yeah.
Indeed. That's
Hey, Kyoko. We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
it's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click! Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Get the fuck out of here! Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Jesus, there are a lot of ultimates in that title. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Whoa! The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Yo, why is Makoto going first? You know what I mean, guys? Makoto should be going second. Anyway, we climbed into darkness. My face right now. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. That would be Monka, true. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. Imagine climbing a massive ladder like that when it's pitch black. Monka. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. How are you the ultimate detective if you're unknown? Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Sounds kind of shitty. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about school, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh?
I...
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. Shit. I did it knowing it was something a true... I'm gonna pronounce her last name wrong. Kirigiri? Kirigiri? I don't know how else to pronounce it. Detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? Last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. In the name of my family. Yeah, everyone likes saying that. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, unfortunate, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family, in order to settle the past. I'm sick of this shit. In order to remove him from my life forever. I'm sick of this shit! Although it does sound shitty. I mean, fucked up from her family. Give her a break. Get this shit off me! Joe. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, you just cut him out like that. Why is Makoto so dead set on her not cutting off her father?
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? Oh. Oh yeah. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. Mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little, super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. You have anything else to say? Please don't tell me I'm gonna...
Shall we go?
Okay, thank God. Oh boy. Let's save it first. Yo, what's up, motherfucker? You supposed to see me?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. What's up, bitch? Are we really gonna be okay?
Boom, boom.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. Now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
When Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
Monokuma didn't even say anything to that. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that. Of a being that could come into our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I won't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Haha. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. It chose to overlook them. You probably said that a while ago, but yeah, you know how it is. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Of course, you can just, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. I love this. I love what's happening right now. Fuck you, Monokuma. Get fucked. You're absolutely getting fucked up right now. Like, it's like Kyoko has some kind of, I don't know, she's got a freaking baseball bat and she's just pounding your head in constantly with what she's saying. Just one after the other. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to
then
do.
I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. And we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting
You
end.
guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawning around the school. If you can do
I
that,
can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. If you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
We've uncovered every last truth. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I wanted to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? And it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go so quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
Seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. Really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However...
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
Whew.
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. Explain? So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
What do you think when you... And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
Think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. Reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. All their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair? The Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. True.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world outside, to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Wow, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've done, everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone?
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere, shall we? Or, yeah, in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Oh! I'm a little unsure. When Kyoko asked Monokuma, clarify, a class trial will only be held if another student kills another student? Is that what... I can't remember her exact phrasing. Did she ask him that because he's not following... The mastermind's not following the regulations because the mastermind themselves killed Ukuro? I feel like Kyoko asking that to Monokuma, I mean, it's just her like implying that she thinks, okay, so another rule was broken, maybe. I don't know, because if I didn't kill Mukuro and Kyoko didn't do it, and everyone else has airtight alibis, then it just has to be the mastermind, right? And that's against school regulations, so... Yeah, but I feel like the class trial that happened, I mean, that whole class trial was just set up. It's like, like Kyoko said, it was literally set up to just get rid of her. That's all. Like, I feel like that class trial was like, it wasn't even real. It was just like they're trying to, again, like I said, desperation. They're trying to make it get something done, all while trying to stay within the regulations they set. But I'm pretty sure they broke some. I'm pretty sure they broke some of their own regulations to try to get that done. Because I don't think anyone other than the Mastermind could have killed Mukuro. But anyway, let's see if she has anything else to say.
Anyway,
I know I have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorms. Okay. Holy shit! I'll just TP there. Yo, Taka, you there? Oh, wait. Yo, Mondo. Oh. Oh, that's me. Yo, oh. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
hey,
Huh? Wait. Is the dining hall open right now? I don't know what time it is. I don't know if it's actually night time. And suddenly we were greeted with you again. What the fuck is going on? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
Wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
Ah, hey everyone, how's it going?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Ah,
I'm just asking to make sure, but
oh
you're
god.
not a ghost, right?
Shut the fuck up, hero. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. Started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Yo, my buddy Byakuya. What's up, buddy? Yo, what's up? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. You realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Okay, let's just talk to Kyoko.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the Mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the Mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the Mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the Mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
His decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. Rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The Mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the Mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. You said, now it's the Mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the Mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
We've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
Probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey! Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other
Interesting.
words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the Mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. It's because she thinks one of us is the Mastermind. Is that right? You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's very polarizing. Here's a hint. Sure, I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. All of them. Oh, he's basically confirming that one of us is the Mastermind, is he not? Or no, maybe. Never mind. Or I don't know what he's confirming here. I'll just wait for the explanation. I'm too dumb to figure this shit out. Okay, the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. So if the Mastermind is in the school, that means the Mastermind is one of the 16 students, right?
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the Mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, the Mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the Mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the beginning. And add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility. Only one among many. Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. Oh, fuck. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be in the high. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
And maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. I'm not Lamp with the cringe emote. You're cringe, bud. Yo! Any subbers? Any primers? Any gifters? Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Nice.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. Fuck!
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins, on the name of my family! The Togami family! I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
You blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. What? Totally useless! So, bye. With that, Toka trudged out of the dining hall. Now she's gone. And you're going off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Just leave some Koto Hina in me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Aw.
Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? Guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I mean...
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. Yeah, you got that right. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say.
But...
Still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Ah. What's up, Kyoko? So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However...
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. Think I see what you mean? Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, whatever it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. So what? We were in the data room. The bio... Was it? Yeah, the bio lab was locked. Technically, the headmaster room was... Well, I haven't been in there yet, so maybe I can go in there. What else was locked? Oh. Wait. The Monokuma door in the data center was actually locked. Is that open now? Probably. I mean, yeah, it is. Every door is open, so yeah, it is. Gotta go there. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Jamming out. Guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Once we find you killed out Mukuro, we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Because I should start with the rooms that were locked up till now. Yeah, there you go. After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Places to check. Okay, guys, and with that, I am going to end it here, actually. We will continue the investigation tomorrow. Is stream gonna be wacky? True. I don't know when I'm gonna stream. Oh god. Here's the thing with my streams. I try to like time them around so many people, and when I say so many people, I mean just 2 people. Because I want to time them when you can watch Mike, but I also time them around Rue's stream schedule, you know what I mean? And Rue is gonna stream tomorrow, I think at 8 PM. And I want enough time to... Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I can't stream early tomorrow, like at 2... If I started stream at 2 PM tomorrow, then you wouldn't be able to watch because I'm sure you're busy with school. So I can't just start at 2 p.m. to guarantee I have enough time. And I don't want to start at like 6 p.m. because that only gives me 2 hours. And I don't think that's going to be nearly enough time. So then I'm going to have to start it at like 9 p.m. tomorrow after Rue's stream. Yeah, I'll start it at like 9:15, something like that. It's fine. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in to this great late night stream. And have a good one. Peace.